Can Alberta's electricity system get to net zero? What have you heard? Well, the fact is we can and we must. Greenhouse gases are the main cause of climate change, which negatively impacts your health, your environment, and your economy. Because of this, Canada and much of the world have agreed to reach net zero emissions by 2050, balancing emissions released with those that are captured or offset. And this all starts with electricity systems. That's where my work comes in. I'm modeling pathways to a net zero electricity system in Alberta under alternative carbon policies. Policies including industrial carbon tax and Canada's draft clean electricity regulations, which would directly limit power plant emissions. As an engineer, I love graphs. So don't be afraid. Let's take a look at these and the challenges ahead. On the left, we have emissions. Alberta, highlighted in blue, represents Canada's #1 source of electricity emissions, since many other provinces already operate fairly clean systems. Moving to the right, maybe we can see why. The majority of Alberta's electricity is generated from fossil fuels. So this represents a pretty significant shift in supply that will be necessary to reach net zero. The good news is, these graphs already look very different than they did only a few years ago. Successful policy and the growth of renewable energy has allowed Alberta to cut its electricity emissions in half since 2005, a trend that appears to be continuing, with coal soon to be phased out and a lot more clean energy under construction right now. But a long and uncertain road remains. Several factors like a unique market design, geography, industrial activities, and political tension complicate things for Alberta compared to the rest of Canada. Getting rid of coal was the easy part. Getting to net zero is a big challenge that will require policy solutions. My research uses optimization modeling. I run simulations to predict how the system could change into the future using different combinations of power plants while minimizing the total cost. The model decides what to do based on input costs gathered from academic and government sources that describe almost every aspect of an electricity system. On top of this, constraints are placed to mimic realistic conditions. For example, they reflect that the wind doesn't always blow and the sun doesn't always shine. We know. Results show that between now and 2045, Alberta may be able to reach net zero emissions, potentially before provincial estimations. Obviously, I can't predict the future, but long-term forecasting like this can help policymakers, stakeholders, and academics understand the impacts of different policies in reaching net zero, potentially ahead of provincial timelines and while maintaining a reliable and affordable system. Overall, my work aims to support decisions for a better future, hopefully changing what these graphs look like in 20 years.